Geht schon was? Bist du schon?
Ich bin gerade, lässt sich, Präzision darf nicht heruntergeladen werden. Steht bei mir bereits im Hochladen, aber es lässt sich nichts. Es lädt hoch.
Okay. Also ihr könnt nicht einfach, ja, jetzt seht was. Ja, man sieht's.
So.
Ja? Okay, super. Ja, dann mache ich nochmal mein Mikro aus und dann kann
So, now I'm gonna take you on a trip right along the Ring of Kerry. First of all, my topics. First, I'm gonna tell you something about the Ring of Kerry, then something about our first stop, the Killarney National Park, and then a trip along the road.
Okay, it's called Killarney. Killarney.
Okay. So first of all, what is the Ring of Kerry? The Ring of Kerry is a 179-kilometer long circular tourist route in the county of Kerry in the southwest of Ireland, and it's famous for many touristic sites along the road. So, starting the tour in Killarney, it is divided in three national roads, the N71, N70, and N72. So let me start with the town of Killarney. So Killarney is a small town with a population of around about 15,000 people, and it's already a touristic site since the 1750s. Well known, especially for its small streets with lots of little shops you can see on the picture on the right. So now let's move on to the Killarney National Park. So Killarney National Park is extends over 10,000 hectares and is including three bigger lakes, a Loch Lean, a Macross Lake, and the Upper Lake. Huge part of the park is accessible by horse or bike, or even by a jaunty car. It's a horse-drawn carriage. So, due to the many woods and grassland parts of the park, there are many hiking trails, and spread it in the whole park, there are many well-known sites. So, first of them, which I want to talk about, is Macross House and the Macross Gardens. It's 6 kilometers from the town of Macro. Is 6 kilometers distant from the town of Killarney on the Macross Peninsula between the Macross Lake and Loch Lean. It has an area of around about 11,000 acres. And was gifted to the Irish nation in 1932. So then known as the Burn Vincent Memorial Park, named after the giver. So this small little park with just 11,000 acres became the first Irish national park and the basis of the later Killarney National Park. So today the house is often used as a museum where you can visit regional craftsmanship. So let's move on to another great site, the Loch Lean. Around the lake there are many different sites, like in the northern part of the shore, Ross Castle. Excuse me. I'm not used to talk that much that early in the morning. It was built around the 15th century and was one of the last castles which resisted the invasion of the Irish the invasion of Ireland by the English troops. So, and also because of that, it is until now the location of a very special event once a year. A legend tells us that the leader of the clan, who was driven out of the castle by the Englishman, still lives on the bottom of the sea, and only once a year he's allowed to reach his head out of the water. On the dawn of May 1st, it is believed you can see him reaching out of the water for just a few moments before sunrise. After a moment of fresh air, he's forced to sink down in the abyss for a whole another year. So if you're lucky, may you see him, may not. So, from Ross Castle, there's a ferry right to the island of Loughlin. You can see on the picture on the left. It is called Innisfallen. And is the location of the Innisfallen Abbey, a small abbey built in 640 and inhabited by monks for over 800 years. So, much more well known abbey is just on the eastern shore of the lake. It is Macross Abbey. It was a former Franciscan monastery from the 15th century, and very well known for the tree just in the middle of the monastery. You can see him. It is believed that this tree is just as old as the abbey itself. So another special thing about this abbey is that the graveyard is still in use. So you are there are still people getting buried around this. So let's move on just for a little bit on another well-known site from the national park. It is Torque Waterfall, reached by foot from the Macross house in just about 60 minutes. You can see streams of water falling down over 20-meter high. So, but also, even though if very nice to see, most of the time you are not able to believe, to see his whole beauty, because usually
It's running, you can say. To see the water running, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's usually overcrowded, so there are people all around the waterfall. You can't really see much other things than people. Yeah. So, but now finally, let's move on to our trip on the Ring of Kerry. Just a few minutes after starting the tour in the car, you will reach Lady View. You can see it on the picture on the right. It's a fantastic viewpoint from the National Street, where you can have a good view about all of the three lakes in the middle of the park. So its origin is believed that it's well known since the visit of Queen Victoria in 1861, where the gentlewoman she had traveling with her visited this place and were so amazed that it's still called after them. So back on the road, you'll after just around about 20 more minutes, you'll see on the right of the road McGillicuddy Reeks and Caronto Hill, the highest mountain in Ireland. A few miles later, you already reached the town of Killoglin. So this town is mostly known for the statue of King Puck. This statue you can see right in the left corner is a statue of a goat upon a huge rock. Once a year, in August, the townsmen crown a mountain goat for the king. So it's a huge festival called the Packfair, um, and it's still one of the biggest and also one of the oldest festivals in Ireland, with its origins in the 17th century. So after leaving Killoglin, you'll reach Glen Bay, I guess it's called. It's a small village near Ross Bay, a huge beach where you can go for walks, swim, surf, or even take a horse ride. After relaxing for some time, you'll just a half an hour away from Chaos Sevine. So, are you? So this small city is well known for its many historical buildings and sites, but for these you often have to go for a hike. So, for example, a small stone fort from the 7th century, or Betty Carberry Castle from the 15th century. You can see the castle, just the ruins of the castle on the bottom. It is today it is not able to visit the castle anymore because it got in private hands and the owner closed it. But still, you can reach the parking lot about 200 meters away and look at the beauty of the castle, because it is well known for its for its looks. So, but by far the best known site in the town are the old barracks, constructed in 1817 to 1875 as a result of the Irish uprising and the War of Independence to secure the British loyalty. So the Englishman built this to secure that the Irishman wouldn't revolt anymore. So today it's used as a heritage center, which you can visit 7 days a week. Special thing about it is this tower on the barracks. You can see it is believed that that the blueprints for the construction plans for the building usually should be for a barrack in India, but by accident they got swapped and no one noticed until the building was there. And so we have a tower just in the middle of a small town in Ireland. So next on our trip is the Skellig of Michael, or better known as Great Skellig, near the western coast. It is one of the UNESCO World Heritage in Ireland, and named after the Archangel of Michael.
Yes, Michael, of course.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
So, today it is still the location of the oldest monasteries in whole Ireland, but because of the danger of accessing the island, you can only reach it in the summer month, because in winter or that it is just too dangerous to use the ferry. Today you might have already seen this Skellig, because it was also the location where some scenes from the new Star Wars trilogy got shot. So, but now back on track. Back on track again. So, the last passage of the Ring of Kerry. Next on the list is the Derrynane House. It was the former home of the Irish politician and statesman Daniel O'Connell, one of the most influential men in the Irish history, and was built from 1825 to 1844. Nowadays, it's a national monument and part of a national historic park. There are guided tours and visual presentations for those who want to learn more about the history of the building and of the person itself. And so, after passing a small village called Sneem, the landscape drastically changes. The former grasslands change to majestic forests with many abilities for hiking. But just for about half an hour, because after that, the landscape changes again, and you can see the the mountains earlier mentioned. So by following Moldskap, that's the small town on the bottom picture, um, you'll pass beautiful little lakes and George's McGillicuddy reeks. So a few words to Moldskap. It is believed that that it is called after the barkeeper who illegally had a bar over there where people drank alcohol without any restrictions. So, but so if you also passed Moldskap, it's just about a half an hour until reaching Killarney again, and the whole tour ends. So if you may notice that all of the signs are just spread about 100 kilometers. So it is possible to reach every sign in one day, also because by a car, it just usually takes 50 minutes or so to reach the next one. But it is better to take some time, because there's so many things, even in every city, in every town, you'll be able to visit many more historical sites. So it is able to reach anything in one day, but you can also fill 3 weeks with everything you can see on the road. So then here are my sources. Thanks for your attention. Any questions?
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, that's a nice picture of Ireland and the Ring of Kerry. Yeah. Most people, if they want to go to Ireland, because it's really a highlight of the West, yeah, of the Western Shore, they go on the Ring of Kerry, and depending on the time they want to spend in Ireland, they just set highlights to the different areas. Yeah. It is also in summertime, as Daniel hinted on. In summertime, it is possible, due to the Gulf Stream coming from the Caribbean, which is a warm water current, yeah, that you can bathe. Yeah, but most of the time, the western coast is really rugged, as you can see in that picture as well here. Yeah, that you have cliffs, yeah, and you do not find beaches so often, but there are beaches. There are sandy beaches as well, where you can go into the ocean. But as always, the Atlantic is not the Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea is smooth and calm, and you can easily walk into the ocean for quite a while. Yeah, but here, Atlantic Ocean is rough. Yeah, and it's always dragging you out into the waterfront, so you have to be careful, yeah, with swimming. Yeah. All right, good. Yeah, I think you got a nice intro into the beautiful scenery and nature and natural spots of Ireland, which is really worth a visit. Not only Dublin, but the countryside is really nice to travel. Yeah, in the future. Yeah. All right, good. Any questions? Okay, gut. Vielleicht können wir es folgendermaßen machen für die Zukunft dann. Ich würde vorschlagen, also wie gehabt, ihr ladet mir die Präsentation, die Handouts hoch, ja, einen Tag vorher. Das heißt also, für die nächste Truppe wäre das dann nächste Woche Mittwoch, 18 Uhr. Und ihr schickt bitte die Handouts nur als E-Mail-Anhang an die Klasse, ja. Das heißt also, dass die auch die Handouts haben. Und das können wir vielleicht von den Schülern, die jetzt gehalten haben, schickt bitte eure Handouts an die Gruppe, ja, sodass die ihre Handouts, eure Handouts dann auch nochmal nachvollziehen können. Ja.
Mhm.
Okay, ja, also wie
Du bist so ein
vereinbart.
Pissnell.